Greetings and blessings to you, my beautiful friends out there. We're here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are doing lesson number 14, and we are in for a treat. We're starting to really get deeply into decoding our minds and learning about the truth. So please follow along, grab your book and read this and study this. This lesson today is so relevant and so pertinent to what we think is going on in the world outside of us. So I hope that you grab onto this and you use it as a way to soothe your suffering mind. All right, lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. Powerful. The idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as He created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. The exercises for today are to be practiced with the eyes closed throughout. The mind-searching period should be short, a minute at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods with today's idea unless you find them comfortable. If you do, it will be because you really understand what they are for. Some of you might be advanced or doing your extra credit and you're ready for it, but don't overdo it. The idea for today is another step in learning to let go the thoughts that you have written on the world and see the Word of God in their place. The early steps in this exchange, which can truly be called salvation, can be quite difficult and even quite painful. Some of them will lead you directly into fear. You will not be left there. You will go far beyond it. Our direction is toward perfect safety and perfect peace. With the eyes closed, think of all the horrors in the world that cross your mind. Some of you just got excited because a lot of the time we say not to bring that stuff in. Well, today, let the floodgates open. All your fears, all your judgments, all that stuff, just let it out. Okay. Name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. Say, for example, and I'm just going to put some things in here in addition to what's already here that works well. God did not create that war in the Ukraine, and so it is not real. God did not create that earthquake in Japan, and so it is not real. God did not create COVID, and so it is not real. God did not create autoimmune diseases, so it is not real. God did not create allergies, so it is not real. God did not create incest, and so it is not real. God did not create the MK Ultra program, and so it is not real. All the things that bother you, that make you think that there's something devastating happening in the world because there's some external force that is controlling humanity. God did not create the cabal, and so it is not real. So in the community that I'm a part of, not only the Course in Miracles community, but some of my friends who are involved in, the Secret Space program and different disclosure communities, we're still in the realm of things that are not real because God did not create them. Now, does it mean that we're not somehow enmeshed and have our consciousness a small collective of the big collective that are kind of helping each other and supporting each other in the awareness of certain things, like the disclosure of the existence of extraterrestrials and things like that? There's some places in here where it may seem like we're getting into territory that could be offensive, but it's okay because it's literally pulling up everything without judging yourself, and you don't have to share it. You can keep this to yourself. But anything that bothers you, even if it's something that you think you're advocating for in a good way, if something about it bothers you, then it fits into here, is all I'm going to say about that, okay? Suitable subjects for today's application of today's idea also include anything you're afraid might happen to you or anyone else about whom you're concerned. In each case, name the disaster quite specifically. Do not use general terms. For example, do not say God did not create illness, but God did not create cancer or heart attacks or whatever may rouse fear in you. Another great one. Cancer, I think, is a big fear out there for people who are older or not in great health, the fear of falling. God did not create broken hips as a result of falling, and so it is not real. Something like that. This is your personal repertory of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of your personal hell. It does not matter. What God did not create can only be in your own mind apart from His. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice periods by repeating today's idea. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today can, of course, be applied to anything that disturbs you during the day, aside from the practice periods. Be very specific in applying it. Say, God did not create a meaningless world. He did not create, specify the situation. The argument that I had at the grocery store just now, let's say that. And so it is not real. So this can be applied to anything throughout the day. God did not create a meaningless world. God did not create the situation I just had. But really dig into your fears. We don't often get this open invitation to focus so much on our fears with these lessons. And this is a great one because you can really brainstorm and see where your attention is being pulled and how you work yourself up whenever you think about these things, even if you feel like you're on the right side of the issue and it's a shared illusion, as Jesus mentions here. No judgment, nothing wrong with it. And all my friends who are involved in things that I just listed in here, I still believe in the good that comes from loving people and meeting them where they're at. If they believe something that I don't necessarily believe is true, I still think that I have this, desire and responsibility to be love wherever I am and not judge people because of what they believe in or what they're involved in. So I think it does help to mention things that I'm not necessarily directly involved in, but that I question, because anytime a judgment comes up or a potential resentment or something, it applies to this lesson. So have a good time with this one today. I think this really gets into more and more of the areas where you may not realize that you're causing yourself suffering. A lot of people may mistake their advocacy and the energy and effort that they're doing in helping others or trying to solve a larger problem is in some ways a little misdirected. Like we believe in it too much and we put too much of ourselves into it. And we forget the fact that God didn't create this problem. And how much effort should I be putting into thinking about it, worrying about it, or solving it for that matter? So have a good time with this. We'll keep diving in. And if you're interested in reading the text, it's really helping me sort of expand into my true belief that this place is an illusion. And it becomes easier and easier the more exposure that I have to the Course in Miracles, particularly the text. So if you want to get more into that realm of calmness about things in the world, I would highly suggest that you also read the text or listen to Carol Howell's audio version of the text. However you can get that in your life. It's a great partner to the lessons. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love you all. Thanks for coming back, and we'll see you again tomorrow.